Coach Carol coming at you strong on this amazing Tuesday, wanting to kick off a briefing, especially for all of you, our Fit family. Right here, it's already the end of January. Time is already flying by. But guys, let's get into it. So, as you know, every year, the beginning of the year, guys, we put together a super cool New Year, New You challenge designed specifically for our members to help you basically get the best results possible with your time, your energy, and your efficiency from your workouts over a certain period of time. So basically, we decided this year to switch things a little bit and make this a 6-week challenge, joining forces with our Fit Body family nationwide in a big challenge called the New Year, New You Challenge, with lots of cool prizes, especially for you, but also joining forces with other locations to help design and provide you the best results possible. So this is a 6-week challenge, and I'm going to dive into a presentation that I specifically put together to help you decide if you think this is the right time for you to join this challenge and dedicate those 6 weeks to yourself, building upon your fitness, health, and wellness goals. So I'm going to share my screen with you here, and I'm going to dive in to this presentation. So what we're going to kick off with here is, yes, this New Year, New You Fit Fam Challenge briefing. And what this is basically a challenge that is simple. It is backed by science and helps to provide you with proven results to get you where you want to be. And just like a warm-up before a workout, and to prevent injury and perform our best, this meeting is designed to help you know exactly where you're going to go and how you're going to get there, right? So the purpose of this meeting is to help you understand what this challenge is about, understand how it is a proven process for lasting results, and help you provide the challenge eligibility if it's something that you want to actually try to win, right? And then understanding the program if it's just something you want to do for you to help really focus on your health and help gain skills that are going to help you decide, devour, and digest how to go about living a healthy whole life style, because that's exactly what this challenge is designed to you. And then ultimately leaving 100% confident, right, in knowing if you want to sign up. So let's dive into it. So why we do these challenges is, for members who've been with us in the past for a long time, who've done our challenges, we like to just help you stay in line and stay consistent with your fitness goals, right? So that's what we like to do. We want to help you, 2-3 times a year where you sit and you focus and you're part of a community that's going to help build you up into the best version of yourself every day beyond just your workouts, right? And then there's members who come in and you've maybe been here just maybe 3 months or a short period of time, have never done a challenge with us before. And then you want to see and know if this is the right fit for you, right? And kind of understand, well, what is this monster? And is this monster going to help me reach my goals, right? So basically, the reason we put these challenges together is because some people have really big goals. And the reason we have these big goals or we're not happy are for many of the reasons that you see on the screen right now, right? We're overeating a diet that just doesn't represent our goals as far as a caloric intake that's going to prevent and or contribute to fat loss, right? And then, maybe we're in a position where our lifestyle is designed and wrapped around over like up to 60% or more of our food is coming from processed food, right? So that can lead to disease, to illness, to low energy, to making it more difficult to lose body fat, all of these principles, but don't really understand how to change all of this in our life and how to make this more manageable for ourselves, and maybe need some more guidance in that area. And looking at only 28% of people in this world today are active enough to contribute to health and wellness, where they're moving and we are moving our bodies enough in a day that contributes to a healthy body fat percentage or a healthy body composition, even, right? Building muscle, keeping body fat off, where the calories we taking in are equal to the calories that we're able to exert in a day. And that's no fault to anybody. It's just a lot of times our jobs and our responsibilities make us less mobile, less active. And so we have to be creative on ways that can help us manage and balance that a little bit more in our lifestyle, right? And so hydration, right, is a factor as well. That's why you always hear your coaches talking about hydration, right? So we are needing to take in, at least half our body weight in ounces of water per day. Otherwise, that does contribute to dehydration, and dehydration does contribute to disease. We lack sleep. We have too many, let's just say we have too many hours of screen time a day. That's 7.5 hours, right? Of screen time a day. Like, I'm not saying that's you, but if that's you or not. And maybe that is not contributing to a lifestyle, and that could be potentially getting in the way of you doing things throughout your day that contribute to your health and wellness. And how do we balance that in our life, right? And then 10% drinking or binge drinking weekly. So I'm not, there is alcohol. You can decide if that's something that is interfering or getting in the way of your health and wellness. But this program, while it's not a specific alcohol prevention type of a program, does certainly encourage and or can assist with that issue if it is a problem in your life. And then 50% of us are highly stressed, right? And that could be just because we're spending too much time in our screen time. And we just need to kind of like manage our day and see how we can potentially manage that day where we don't feel so stretched, right? So chronic stress is a contributor to gaining weight, to disease and burnout. So how do we create that balance, right? And that is a lot of what this challenge is about. So it's not just what we're eating or getting our workouts, but it's a lot of different lifestyle habits that we have that contribute to a less than healthy or adequate lifestyle. And so that's just what we love and are passionate about helping our members, right? So the results, what can you expect, right? Currently, our obesity rate, we have a 43% obesity rate, and nearly half of American adults and about 1/5 of our children are classified as obese, and concerning trends like poor diet and activity are contributors of that. Many are insulin resistant, right? So that's over 50%, 67.4. And, more than 2/3 of middle-aged, I would say more of this does come from middle-aged and higher in our adults and experience insulin resistance. And what that is just that over time, we have for too long not had a healthy or adequate diet, and over time that is going to contribute to that insulin resistance, right? And then prescription drugs, a lot of Americans today rely on drugs for managing our heart, our cholesterol, our fat loss, even with new GLP-1s and things like that, which can be a good thing, but definitely need, I would say, coaching and nutrition guidance with that to ensure that you're not losing muscle and in fact losing that body fat, right? So while it can be a good thing, there's definitely habits that you must acquire to ensure that you're maintaining your health along that journey. And that's not like a one-all fix-all, I would say. And then mental health, 23.1% have diagnosed mental illness disorders. And of course, that two of the key contributors to that, I would say, are nutrition, because when we lack nutrition and are not eating the right foods, that can contribute to a low energy, depression, And then lack of exercise, right? And not moving our bodies can, prevent us from being able to create those natural chemicals in our body that support positive serotonin, dopamine effects that help create our happiness and our joy lots of time getting out in nature. So why we created the Fit Body Challenge is to provide you with support you need, right, along your journey to help build, to get you metabolically healthy, right, and to lose the weight for the last time. So many of our members and many of our Fit Family, team, they will tell you that, the whole focus of our challenge is to encourage people to pick up these habits and skills and maintain those for the rest of their life to help ward off disease, but then also maintain a good body composition, overall health and wellness, having great energy through our day, and so on. And sometimes, we do these challenges and we do great for a good long time, but sometimes we just need that restart of things to get that reinvigoration of things. But say you've been doing these and it's become a habit and you're feeling great, then better luck to you. That's our goal. We want you to feel and do these things over and over again so that we are in that maintenance phase where things are just running like a smooth, clean engine. And what we work on in our challenge is to shift that identity, right? That's that force in the universe that drives who we are and who we become, right? That comes from Tony Robbins, key motivational speaker. And then those 2 ways to shift your identity quickly are to do hard things in a short period of time and change your associations. And 6 weeks is a perfect period of time. That's 42 days to really focus on you to do those hard things. Yes, I'm not saying these challenges are easy. They are not easy. They are actually very challenging. That's why they are called a challenge, right? But over that period of time in adjustment, you learn these skills, they become second nature. And before you know, you are not that same person that you were when you started the challenge. And you're much more independently capable of doing those things quite naturally that don't even seem hard anymore to really keep and place you in that best health possible. So the challenge eligibility rules, we're going to go ahead and get into that, right? So just you're showing up, you are completely you complete your weekly check-ins and you win the prizes, right? So part of this challenge for sure, every week you are committed to, and you must fill out your weekly check-ins, right? So those are done every Monday, right? You must complete online weekly. These will go directly to your coach. And they are part of the Fit Body Challenge because these are things that the judges in this challenge are going to look at to see who will become that overall winner, how much you're dedicating and putting into yourself, right? And you must submit the final progress report, which includes submitting your before and after photos and any questions on your challenge experience and results. So the more input you put on that, the more likely you would be capable of winning, because we have some pretty incredible prizes, team. Right. So that first prize is a Disney vacation. It's guaranteed, right? So $7,500 goes into that particular vacation, right? And then so $20,000 goes into the vacation. So we're trying to reach a certain amount of people. So say we get this many people overall, that's what we're guaranteeing. If we get 3,538 challenges, that's what we're guaranteeing. If we get $10,000 for the challenge, not just us, but these are all the locations, which we will have no problem making, right? Then these are the prizes. And that's pretty impressive. Like, you have the potential of earning up to $2,000 for this Disney vacation. And that's coming directly from our headquarters at FitBody. The first and second place are the overall transformation will also be getting a membership and also a year supply of Ascent protein and things like that. And we will have 10 additional winners selected by our partners. So we will be part of the winner selection. And we obviously, as coaches, are going to be coaching you to the best of our ability because we want to win. So anyone in this challenge, we are going to be working very closely, very directly with you so that we are getting you those best results possible so that you will win. And we're going to be rooting for all of you guys. Like as owners and coaches, like we're competitive too. We're competitive by nature. So if your goal is to win, we are going to help support you 150% of the way. So yeah, so the winner of the challenge wins that Disney vacation. The second place winner earns a free membership, and then the 10 other additionals will win a 12-month supply of Ascent protein sent directly to your residence. So that's pretty cool as well. So moving on. But the biggest win, I would say, is just your health and how you're going to feel when you're done, and knowing how to eat without really thinking about it, and becoming second nature, knowing the best choices and decision to make when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to following through with your goals, when it comes to getting in your workouts, when it comes to everything we're going to help coach you through. That's really the big win, right? So understanding the program backed by science here, we make that bold promise, right? That you committing to yourself, which many of you are already doing. This transformation happens through three strategic phases. We start off with a reset. It is a whole foods reset. In that period of time, you will have access to your app. So you will be tracking your foods, but you may not be completely 100% meeting your macros. So you're just going to get friendly with our new coaching app, which is pretty awesome. It's extremely user-friendly, and the deliverability on that, and the ease and simplicity of tracking your foods and all of that thing is one of the strongest reasons why we have joined forces with this FitBody proprietary app. Then we go into our momentum phase, just continuing to build more focus and stability in how we're doing what we're doing until we master basically the habits that contribute to our overall wellness. So where you lose the weight for the last time, we start the first 2 weeks, right, is that whole food reset. We're tracking our food, eating whole foods, nutrient dense foods, cleaning up, staying away from processed foods, inflammatory foods. You're going to have all the resources you need to achieve all of this. And then we go into our momentum phase, which is our structured fat loss phase. Where you're building the foundation. We dial in your nutrition with personalized macros now, and approach through our FitBody proprietary nutrition app, which is the most sustainable way to eat for long-term weight loss. After that 6 weeks, week 6, you make it yours for the last time. You're building up that momentum. You're contributing on with that stability, and we will help provide you with the guidance and resources to help continue going strong following that 6 weeks as well. So part of the whole food reset here to clean up, fuel up, and feel better fast. And that's what every challenger will tell you who's done this in the past. Like, it may be hard initially to buy the foods, get everything ready, prepared. But once you do that and you start eating right, you feel so much better. Your energy is incredible. Your body feels totally like great without that inflammation, no bloatedness. You feel fuller, longer. You lack those cravings. You're just on like a nice, smooth transition, feeling good in your body, right? So it begins to reset your metabolism is exactly what's happening, and your taste buds. So you eliminate those cravings. You'll see a significant difference in bloating, water retention, and energy levels. And then it begins to help you regulate your blood sugar, right? So that insulin resistance begins to minimize and or disappear within those first week or two, right? You'll be eating less carbs, so you will help you become more insulin sensitive and better at burning fat. So your body's just going to be able to regulate itself better, which is exactly the game plan and goal of this challenge. Using the whole food reset also helps you follow the portion control guidelines that we will provide for you, so you know exactly how much to eat and when to eat. If we provide you with the recipes and all of the meal choices and things like that, they're provide, you know, real food dietitians have put this together. So we do have your best interest in mind with that. So everything is, like I said, science backed. And if you follow the portion control recommendations, then recommendation feels, you know, if following the portion control recommendation feels overwhelming, eat off the list and follow the recipes and eat until satisfied. Eat every 3 to 4 hours. So basically, you will find that eating off of this guide and eating about every 3 to 4 hours helps provide you with that stability and that metabolism that just helps you feeling good all day long. The goal is to get back to eating real food and eliminate processed foods to allow your body to reset. This approach can help reduce inflammation, balance blood sugar, and set yourself up for optimal fat loss, which is the goal, right? But it's a gradual process. It doesn't happen overnight. We understand that. And every little step of progress you make each day through those first 2 weeks is just going to help get you feeling better again. And like I said, it's not an overnight fix. It takes time, but as you continue to follow through and with the guidance of your coaching and everyone around you, it's very much doable. So we do eliminate certain foods, all the ones you see here, sugars, refined grains, dairy, alcohol, processed packaged foods. While we're in that whole 30, we're focusing on whole nutrient dense foods from lean proteins, vegetables, and healthy fats and fruits. And then the plan, we help you plan and prepare your meals, creating a weekly menu with healthy snacking options and things of that nature. We're staying hydrated. We're working on our sleep, and your sleep, you're going to find when you're eating like this is going to really help you sleep better at night, which is very much helpful towards longevity and helping us get a more restful night's sleep. So we will help provide you with this food list, this food guide as far as how much to eat and when to eat. And I'm going through some of this soon because this is also a presentation in our orientation. You'll be eating every 3 to 4 hours, from 3 to 5 meals a day, depending on how you like to eat. For this right here, how we schedule our non-working out days with those 3 meals. Our workout days, we have a pre and post meal right around our workout. So we help you manage that as well. So basically we're sandwiching our workouts for success, and you'll see how that works for you and helps your body really build that lean muscle and burn that body fat right off your body, sizzle it right off. Snacking, your schedule, hunger level, and activity level may require a snack. So we help with that. We talk about that. We coach you through it. And then we talk about on-the-go nutrition. So making sure you have some resources and ideas ready to help support you. Picking the best version that is most similar to real food when you're going out for restaurants and things like that. So we're going to coach you through all of this stuff. Plant-based guidelines. We're going to help make sure if you are a vegan or vegetarian that you are also set up for success when it comes to your nutrition. And then tracking your nutrition, we will help set you up on the app. You will be practicing that app over the first 2 weeks before we actually set your macros. So just getting comfortable, we find that works better and it's not as overwhelming for you. We're not so much focused on hitting our targets, but it's up to you and how quickly you pick up things. You can certainly work with your coach if you want to get your macros sooner. We are certainly capable and willing to go ahead and help you with that. It's just not required at the beginning. We want to make sure we have a seamless transition and you're feeling confident more than anything. This is a fat loss, not a weight loss goal. So it's that overall number on the scale is not really what we're focused on, but that actual fat loss goal, and that tells the full story. So we always ask, how much do you think that Dina lost here when you look at her transformation? And what you find is that she actually only lost 6 pounds. But what happened was she gained an incredible amount of muscle and lost an incredible amount of body fat, which, as you can see here, 5 pounds of muscle is much more dense than the body fat. So that's what you're seeing from that. And that's exactly how we help our members achieve our goals here. So shifting the focus from fat loss expectations and comparison. So we are a fat loss, right, does not equal weight loss. Expectations are the gap between what you expect and what you get is where frustration sets in. This means that frustration doesn't always come from failure. It comes from mismatched expectations. And that's why we want to show all of this to you so that you understand exactly how the body changes over time, right? And we want to take that comparison factor out. We want, that's the thief of joy. The more you compare your progress to others, the less joy you feel in your journey. It's not about being the best. It's about getting better every single day. And that's what we're here to help support you with every step of the way. And then we help you learn and take your before picture, your after picture. This is required for the challenge. If that is the goal for you, we show you how to do that exactly correctly so that you will be in the running. And then the Fat Loss 101 nutrition is sustainability is the biggest factor when it comes to long-term success. That is the bottom of the pyramid. That is the most important part, is building a sustainable program and system for your life that's going to help keep you going strong even when the going gets tough. And then that caloric deficit, making sure we're meeting that caloric deficit every single day to help contribute to that fat loss, and making sure we're getting that protein every day to not only maintain that muscle, but really that is the vital macronutrients for overall health and wellness, creating a strong body for long-term health, right? And then the Fit Body Nutrition app here, we're going to help you get set up on that. This is just a little bit of a kind of image here of what you can expect, but it is an awesome tool that we use to help you stay on track and communicate with you. So your meal plans will be in here, your coaching messaging will be in here, your check-ins will be in your app, but most importantly, your macro calculator and all of that will be specifically customarily designed for you and your goals. So complete each Monday check-in is basically for you. This is what you're paying for, to work with a coach that's going to help support and encourage you along your journey and help get you the best results possible, right? And the coaches will respond to you. They're 100%, including myself. We are 100% committed to getting you those results and ensuring that you're feeling confident every step of the way. So we will be tracking in the app during weeks 1 and 2. However, that's just you getting used to the tracking and seeing what it's like to hit your targets and goals. And yeah, it's really fun. So it's like a science project on yourself. That's what I always like to say. If you like to do different things and learn and grow, I think this is a great way to learn and grow and, learn more about you and who you are, and dialoguing with yourself and really helping to hold yourself accountable through all of this 6 weeks. And what you're going to find is that you are super duper like a new person at the end, and feeling much more better, healthier, energized, athletic, energetic, and all of that. So we'll make sure you're feeling 100% confident with that. I'm going to skip through some of these things, because we go over the specifics of the tracking at the orientation, which is something you are required to attend if you choose to join this challenge. And we'll make sure you're 100% confident going into this. Plus, it's your way to ask questions too. And we want to hear from you, because when we hear from you, everyone learns and grows together. We want you to gain skills and habits that last once the challenge is over. We want you to be working on creating a lifestyle during this challenge so you can continue on once the challenge is over. And for many of you, if you've done these challenges with us in the past, this is, again, just that way to stay consistent for you, getting those results and continuing. I do these challenges every single time with the members myself. So it's, something I've just grown accustomed to, and it helps me stay on track where I don't have to think about it. I just do it. And it's fun because you're doing it right along with everybody else. The emotional cycle of change here, and this is, a lot is of how we do what we do when we're doing this challenge. It's not always just the nutrition. It's not just the workouts, but it's really the behavior changes that we acquire deep within ourselves. That's the big win. And even more so than a trip to Disney, right? Is that big win when we adapt and create the behaviors that contribute to our greatest health and maintenance of that for as long as we can. So we have that uninformed optimism state, right? Just to talk to you a little bit about these emotional cycles of change is at the beginning of the challenge, we like to prepare everyone, because this is normal part of us that we need to get through and break that barrier beyond. We're gung-ho, we're excited, we're going to go all in, we're 100% committed. But then as we start to change and we're seeing what we're doing and it's different than what we've done before, that informed pessimism can sink in and we can get discouraged. Maybe that number on the scale isn't changing as fast as we wanted to, or maybe it's just our body changing and we're confused. You just have to trust that process. You can get into that valley of despair. You might go through a hard challenge personally in your life, but you're 100% committed. You're going to get through these different transformational changes. And after you get through that valley of despair, we get back up to the realm of informed optimism. And then right about the end of week 4 into 5 and then 6, you see all the positive changes, the success and the fulfillment that you're feeling by staying committed, by having that key is consistency. And every single day accumulates into greater progress, even if some points in periods of during the time you hit those highs and lows. Even when you're feeling those highs and lows, as long as that you're staying consistent to that key of consistency and maintaining, you will then start to reap the benefits of the changes that you're going to be feeling in your body and the overall health improvements that you're going to experience. So that's the exciting part. That's actually the best part of the challenge. And hundreds, if not thousands, actually, of our members from past who've done these will definitely contribute and attribute to that as well. So know what's expected of you. The number one thing successful dieters do is self-monitor their nutrition and weight. So yes, so we know that if you're going to be successful, we want to track it and monitor it. What gets tracked gets results. You've heard that before. So when performance is measured, performance improves. When performance is measured and reported, that rate improvement accelerates. And that's why you're always wanting to do that check-in with your coach, right? And keeping track, doing your measurements each week and showing your coach that, yes, your inches are shrinking. And you can even take your after pictures every week, right? So you're seeing how your body's changing, even if you don't see it. So it's pretty awesome. You'll see how your body's changing over time gradually. So, and then you'll see by week 1 and then 6, like I said, you're just going to feel like you're a brand new person. So we show you how to do your measurements and help you stay prepared. And other than that, team, I hope this video is hugely beneficial to you if you actually watch the whole thing. And I hope it helped provide you with the knowledge and input necessary to decide if this challenge is the right thing for you. I can't encourage you all more to get involved in these challenges. If you have even a 5, a 10, a 20, 30, 40, 50 or more pounds fat loss, the challenge is based on a body fat percentage. So everybody has the possibility to win. That could be you. But like I said, the biggest win is just how you're going to feel at the end of these 6 weeks and really growing and learning and like changing and or adjusting that identity that we are and who we truly want to be, right? That self-image of ourselves and helping to make those choices that are going to contribute to and support that image, that self-image and identity that we want to be. So other than that, guys, I hope you found this very much beneficial. If you have any questions, reach out. We're here to help answer any questions for you. And other than that, we will see you right on these gray mats soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.